Hello to all, and on this sneak peek with this strange title, I'm gonna talk about a lot of machines that use fluids and also the new changes to Gregtech that made things a little more easier but also a little more difficult. This is the fluid expansion. Well, first let us see a machine that Greg added and I found it silly. It is the brewery. Basically this was made by Greg to allow the automation of potions and other drinks. As you can see on recipes we have some options. Some are useful, some are not. Like, how about some mineral water? Just for you to drink. I'm gonna demonstrate the aspect of the potion making. The others you should do itself. It's used to make the primary types of juice and potions. On this case, I am injecting water, as you can see in the tank. All is left to do is place our nether wart. And as you can see, the progress must go, the water was consumed, and soon, on the output, we have our aqua brewed. But now we have a problem. This is the input, this is the output. I cannot use the same machine to make more if I want to make it continually. For that, I make another machine. All is left is to make the content arrive here. So let us place a pipe, a pump, and import, please. As you see, our quad brew is here. Now I can place the second element, a glass tier. The process is going on, and now we have a regeneration brew. There is one way to remove this at the moment. You inject this liquid on the fluid canning machine and you have your post of regeneration. Yay! Already spoiling, we have another machine just inside of it, the fermenter. Fermenter will as the name say, ferment liquids you place on it. In case of for example milky, you can return it become a mundane brew. In what like apple juice that you can make in the brewery, if you place it in the fermenter, it becomes cider. Grape juice, wine. And a lot of drinks last is made here. However, one other thing is that if you place potions here, like the healing brew just make it, it's gonna corrupt the potion. So this is what this effect as using fermented spider eye on your potions. So let us try this. Pipe, pump, import. And here is our regeneration brew being converted on something we don't want. Unfortunately for now, there is only two options of potion we can make on the brewery. The basic one, as I show you, or if instead of the water use a glowstone. It will give you thick brew. And the thick brew, when placed with the correct element you want, as you can expect, it will give you the strong version, which is the regeneration 2 on this case. The extended version of potions, and the splash potions part cannot be automated on this one. After you make this and cane it, you need to go vanilla way to get your splash potions or your potions with longer durability. And as you can see, our regeneration brew is becoming poisonous brew. When you have about 1/4 of a liter, you can cane it to become potion of poison. Or you can ferment again and it become a harming brew. Pretty nasty. Moving on, we have new machines. This one is the basic fluid solidifier. It takes fluid and turns it into the solidified form, as the name is saying. A good example is mercury. You have mercury here, we have the malt, all is left is activate the machine. Tum, 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 and we have our mercury. This can be made with 8 recipes at the moment. Mercury, water, snowball. If you use the block mode, you get snow block. Lava with the mode block, you get your obsidian, which is nice. Molten glass with block, you make glass. But they see molten glass? Because molten glass with the plate shape give you plate glass pane. This is spoiler. Spoiler. It's okay. This is my favorite recipe. Water, more cobalt dust, irritate coal dust. So now we can automate all the process of our hydrocobalt fuel up to nitrocobalt fuel, which is nice. You just see that we have now molten glass, but where did it come from? That's easy. Come from the basic fluid extractor. As the name implies, it's extractor but to fluids. Anything that you normally would require a specific machine or cells to extract now can be used to make things you want. Like seed, you get your seed oil. This is part of Gregorio's techniques to implement almost all recipes of forestry into his own machines. So you can use Gregtech machines instead of the forestry ones to make all your stuff, like seed oil, remove water from the coal while you do this, turn mercury, quicksilver back with mercury, and other stuff, and as extract your oil berry to liquid form. And because of that, when you finish, you need to extract the content of from the machine. So no easy job for us. This is one part of this expansion. Cactus to water, that's useful. Apple to fruit juice and much. If you remember this has happened with the squeezer. Let's place one, shall we? And here we are. I got my fruit juice, but don't get the much. This explanation of temperature and liquid I'm gonna say later. So okay, wait for a time. Now we have even new machines. We have the basic chemical bat. For those who played the previous version, remember our beautiful industrial grinder. Well, it's not gonna come back, unfortunately. The process now has been split on two. First you grind your ore with your universal macerator, pulverizer, whatever you want. Then with the crush head version, you could do two things. You could water wash it to get these products, or you can chemical bat it to gain different resources. So now we have options. Like on this case, this is mercury, so if I place my crochet here, oh dumb one, press the button. It will be water washed with mercury and receive different outputs. And now we have the last one, that is the basic distillery. And as you can expect for distillery, it can do some recipes. Actually just 8, but they are good, because with this we can make our oil into diesel. But for that, we need to place the correct circuit. As you can see, on this case is number 1, because oil can also be made into glycerol, which is the second option. Oil to methane. Third option, oil to lubricant, and that's the fourth option. And creosote oil to lubricant, seed oil, biomass to ethanol, and biomass back to water. All we need to do is place the correct circuit. On this case, let's place 1 and say go. And here, as you can see, it was very quickly. And our brew is still cooking. Here's our wash, and I did not get the stardust coat. I don't need it. Now I have the purifier and I have the gold. I can use either cook it, thermocentrifuge it, or macerate it to then centrifuge it. You probably noticed this little new info on the resources. It's a change. Gregorius now changed a lot of recipes and broke them down to little pieces. This happened a lot with most of the recipes that used to have some material. Now it's broken down to lesser numbers and have a chance of happening. Here we have our basic centrifuge. If we put apple here, we're gonna receive some methane. But as you can see, it's a gas and it's a liquid. So let us place this here. It will turn. This is the previous cutting machine. The basic cutting machine is going to take the place of the old industrial sawmill. So when you place your wood logs here, it will produce more wood than normally. But it's also being changed to require something to process the ore. You can use 8 water or lubricant. The difference is the quantity of the material, with water costing more energy and more liquid, while the lubricant costs less EU and work faster. Oh, Greg, why don't you go make info? And now you can see another thing Greg did. He placed a lot of common recipes to his basic machines. Like now you can place your blocks here and they'll be cut down into slabs. The same thing with this already here. Why so many wood? Damn you, forestry! Now you see, you place the wood here, you get 6 planks and your wood pulp. So the cut machine is now your old industrial sawmill, but require lubricant. As it is now, it's not gonna work. You need to inject from another way. As you can see in the assembly, you have a lot of other recipes, like pressure plates with stone and the certain secret. Buttons. This one here. Now we can make droppers, furnaces, levers. Oh, it's already here too. And make other recipes here at easy. Bookshelves, chests, doors, crafting tables, trapdoors, wooden press, wooden button, the useful crate, and all the what stuff. Now the assembly can have tons of abilities. As I spoiled before, as you can see, there is now mode for bottle, because bottle now cannot be made on vanilla way. I can come here, my crafting table, click my glass, place information, and as you can see, no bottle. Bottle can only be made now on the alloy with the mold. So if I place one glass, what the? Oh, it's required the glass dust. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Let's try this again. And to get the glass dust, just macerate glass. Or simply, when you have your glass on the wood, pick your hammer and break it with your hammer. You get the crushed version of it, just like all the ores. As you can see now, the methane is here. So before I need to put cells to the centrifuge to get my liquids and other recipes that produce liquid. Now it gives me the fluid version. This is helpful because you don't need to keep using cells for that much time as before. But there is still recipes that require cells because not all liquids have its cell form yet. And as I told you before, the number of items used has been dropped because now each byproduct have a little chance of happening. We don't have any more. Like here, I can centrifuge lava about a tenth of a bucket, and I have the chance of getting this. Chance, yes, chance. It's nothing certain anymore. And here the example that I'll place the brown limite and a cell because we don't have compressed air and fluid. I get iron and I get hydrogen. This makes some automations easier, but for cramped automation like I did on Kirara, it's destroyed because now I need at least 4 open faces. One for energy, one for input, one for output, and another one for liquid output and maybe liquid input. So we cannot cramp these machines side by side if you want to do all the job. If you're gonna make specific jobs, then you have your way. The basic scanner, Greg gave us some help and added recipes to it. It can now scan bees and trees and butterflies and larvae and pollen, just like the components. And now you can see the recipes for the scanner actually. So don't need to make the calculation by yourself. So to scan this aluminium, I need this voltage. It will take this time and expend this amount of energy. About 7 million euros. That's pretty cheap actually. Because some recipes are incredibly expensive. And you can scan some types of cells too. But it's just some. Now talking about liquids. Now Greg added the liquid state and temperature important to the game. As you can see, this is lava and temperature is pretty hot. This is water. No more temperature. And yes, it's Kelvin. Please, Greg, give us Celsius. As you can see, this is ice, crushed ice, and it's lower than the normal water and way longer than lava. And here you have our lovely steam with temperature above water. But you must be asking, what it have to do with the other things? Well, because now the temperature of the liquid can have an impact on the pipe. Like bronze fluid pipe don't have that huge amount of temperature. So you need to use proper pipes for more hotter material, plasma. But it also has a side effect. Now the temperature affects the pipe. Like we have these 3 pigs enjoying pollen on this pipe. If I make this little bug, but I know I want to call it feature. As you know, for now we don't have any kind of tank, but actually we do. This is an input hatch. For those who had already made the large boiler, know that this is used to inject liquids on multi-blocks. But as you can see, it also works like a tank. So you can come here and use the input hatch to empty cells you have and get your cells back. So you have a way to actually get placed of liquids and don't lose the cell. And as you can see on this setup, you can easily attach a pump cover to the input hatch and you can output the liquid. Wow! But it can also receive. Like we have this strong regeneration brew here. Let's place an empty input hatch, then place a pipe, place a cover, import it, and we now have our strong regeneration brew outside the machine. Yay! And don't worry, because this is an input, it can receive and get the liquid removed. So this one is empty. Let's put it to face me. The input heads are not electric, so you can place the cover directly on it without using energy. And you can place the pipe, and all the liquid is now here. You can see what this can be used good for. I will leave it to you. because I'm gonna use this feature to my demonstration. Because steam is hotter than water, what will happen if that pipe gets full of steam? It starts to hurt on contact. This is bad. No, this is not bad. This is caution, because there is steam on the pipe. But this is not the hottest material we have, is it? Because, you know, lava. It's very hot. So, piggies, what do you tell me? You have any warning? No? Okay. Instant death. If you touch a fluid pipe with lava, you die instantly. So place your pipes, make sure everything is ready, and don't get closer to it when it's heavy lava or you die. Steam will hurt, and some auto products may have auto behaviors. This one a great update to Gregtech, the fluid expansion, because fluid is now a fluid part of this system. So be careful how you design your pipes, because you may not be able to walk on your pipes anymore. How about we use the same old fluid pipe and place some steam on it? Remember, before it catch fire. Now what's this madness? Beware that may happen with the other fluids. Let's see with methane. But my methane, no. So don't use ship pipes to your gases. You're gonna lose it. This was Unga. Thank you for watching.